Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea, and today I have another Project Pan intro for you all. This is the intro for Paranormal PANtivity. This is a Fantastic Ladies group collab, and it was created by me. I am so excited for this project, you don't even know. I was so inspired by both Nightmare on Panning Street and This is Fantasy because I love supernatural, paranormal, fantasy. I feel like fantasy and supernatural paranormal stuff, there's quite a bit of overlap. So I was very inspired by those two projects to create this one, which is, as you can tell by the title, all about spooky things. So how many times can I say I'm super excited? This is a year-long project. It starts today, September 24th, which is National Ghost Hunting Day. It changes every year because it is the last Saturday in September. This year it was on the 24th, so that's the date that I picked. It runs until next September 24th. And there are 31 prompts. Originally, I created this project with the thought that I was going to do it rolling style. You can obviously do it however you want. Roulette style for something like this is a lot easier. But at the very last second, I decided I'm just going to bring in every single prompt right at the beginning and then just update you on the things that I have progress on or goals hit. What's up, babe? I just want to make a quick shout out to my sister who created the thumbnail that I am using. It's the thumbnail for the project in the Fantastic Ladies group, and I'm also using it as my YouTube thumbnail. You are free to use the thumbnail if you wish. You do not have to. Obviously, it's not required. But if you do, I would appreciate somewhere in your description or in your video that you give credit to my sister because she did do it. I'll put her Instagram handle up on the screen, and then I will also link her Etsy shop down below as well. And she actually sells through Threadless too, so I'll link both of those. And as an added bonus, if anyone happens to be in the Metro Detroit area, this weekend, my sister will be selling at, I don't remember the name of the art fair, but I'll put it down on the screen, but it's an art fair in Ferndale, and she has a tent there, so if you're in the Metro Detroit area, you might want to go check it out. That's all I'm saying. I think that's all the administrative stuff out of the way. I'm not wearing a spooky look at all. I've been asking Madeline what color eyeshadow I should wear, and today she said pink and purple. Turned out way more pink than purple, but I do have my little ghost earrings, so there's something, not that you can see it very well. I've got my little spooky potions bottle back there that's not lighting up the way it's supposed to. So I'm not gonna, because I'm introducing all 31 prompts in this video, I'm not gonna go too in depth into any of the other prompts, but my hope and my goal is that once I start making progress and finishing prompts, I'll go a little more in depth into some of these prompts. And if it's not super obvious why I created the prompts for the specific different things, why I put them together the way that I did. Anyway, oh my gosh. Okay. And the last little bit of housekeeping, you are going to notice that I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes in this project. I have 11 out of the 31 prompts are eyeshadows. But my goal for this year, or this coming up panning year, I should say, I want to focus less on hitting pan and more on just using things that I have not used in forever, in some cases, or at all in others. So with one exception, I don't have any of my eyeshadows into hit pan. Everything that I'm bringing in is just no pan left behind, and that works out to about a palette a month. Obviously I can mix and match and things like that, but that's why it's very eyeshadow heavy, but it's because I want to use some of these palettes that have been languishing in my collection, and I thought no pan left behind is a good way to touch every single shade, and also in some cases of the older palettes, figure out if I still want them, and palettes I haven't tried, figure out if they were worth it. So that is, I'm already 6 minutes in here, and I haven't even started going over prompts. So hopefully I didn't miss any other info that you might need. Of course, I'm going to have not only the Fantastic Ladies link down below, but I'll have the sign-up sheet for this project and the master list. And I'm not going to put the prompts in the description box, but if you are not a part of the Fantastic Ladies and you would like to participate, just leave me a comment, let me know, give me a way to contact you, and I will send you the list so that you can participate as well. So now I really think I'm done with all that, and we're going to go into the prompts. And there's 31 of them, like I said, so I'm going to try my best not to babble unnecessarily. Prompt number 1 is Poltergeist, a product that gives you trouble, whether it's hard to use, faulty packaging, etc. I am bringing in my Revolution Soph X eyeshadow palette because Maddie so kindly dropped it on the floor and it's broken, and it is not only is it hard to use because of that, but Revolution did this thing where they have the shade protector with the names, but the names are not anywhere else on this palette. So if you want to know what shade you're using, you have to save this, and I do not like saving these. So I already have I've had this palette forever. I have 2 pans in here, but I'm going to use this no pan left behind style. So that is, oh my gosh, I like this palette a lot, but I hate using it. That's why I don't use it, because it's broken. Then for the second prompt, which is Doppelganger, that's a product that you have a double or a backup of. I have this mini NYX the Marshmallow Primer because I ordered this from Ulta, and for whatever reason they sent me 2 instead of just the one that I ordered. So I'm going to use this one up. Obviously I'm going to finish it. Even though most of the primers that I'm working on, or a lot of the primers that I'm working on this year are like mini small sizes, I've been putting a lot of primers in my projects. So I mean, it's only 8 mils. I should be able to finish it, but it's just like, I'm working on a lot of primers. Next, for White Lady, a product that's white or with white packaging, and I picked this Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. This only has 4 grams, but I know at least Valerie, maybe Jaylon, have used this, I think, in the bigger size, and they say that you only need the tiniest bit, and it takes forever, so I figure this will be in here for a while. And obviously my goal is to finish this one. Next, for Bloody Mary, a product with a mirror. Now obviously I could have picked another eyeshadow palette, but Deb gifted this to me like last year, I think, and I never used it yet, which is so embarrassing for me to say. But it is this blinding Tarte Park Avenue Princess palette. Of course, it's got, blind you again, a nice big mirror. It's swatched. I think Deb swatched it. I haven't touched any of these. But so my goal for this is these 2 more like setting finishing powders. I want to use these 10 times each, and then each of the bronzer contour shades I want to use just 5 times each, because that works out to, 20 uses for the finishing powders, 20 uses for all the bronzers. And I haven't even... So those are the 2, like one's more pinky, one's a little more yellowy. And then we'll do the bronzers. So these are I don't know. I'm not a bronzing expert. I feel like these are more contouring because they're they look a little more gray. But I could be wrong. And then the bronzers. But either way, I mean, they feel beautiful. I've never used them. So 10 for the setting finishing powder type dealies, and 5 for each of the bronzer contour shades. Then for Vanishing Hitchhiker, a product that disappears quickly. Nothing disappears quicker than a sample. So I'm bringing in, I didn't want to make it too easy on myself, so I'm bringing in 3 different samples. So first I have this Glam Glow Youth Mud Green Tea Leaf plus Natural Clay Blend Volcanic Rock. I think this is a mask. I feel like this might be enough for one use, but a lot of times with these, like, I feel like it's just, sometimes there's a little too much for just one use, so this may get split up into 2, but I don't know until I open it. But I'm obviously going to finish the samples. Why would I not finish a sample? Then I have this Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream. This will obviously take more than one use. I predict at least a week with this, maybe 2 weeks, but that. And then I have this Drunk Elephant and Chris McMillan Coco Mino Glossing Shampoo and Coco Mino Marula Cream Conditioner sample, and I am obviously going to finish these up. Next, for Gremlin, a mini or deluxe size sample, I have this It Confidence in a Cleanser. Brand new. I have not started using it yet. I'm almost done with the cleanser I'm currently working on in Child of the 80s, so this will be the next one that I open. This is a 20 ml cleanser, and I anticipate this will take me a little while to finish, but it will not be a problem to finish it within this project. Next, for Screaming Skulls, a Halloween or scary themed product, and for that, there were actually several palettes I own that I could have picked for this, but I have to go with the Haunted Europe palette. I mean, I do like this palette. Like, I like the shadows in this palette, but come on, let's be real. I bought it for the packaging. But I have used it a little bit. I have used it No Pan Left Behind for a different project that I don't remember what it is right now, but this is what it looks like. So No Pan Left Behind with that. And it's a beautiful palette. I love it. Okay, next for Banshee, a product that you're close to finishing. And I'm not super close to finishing really anything that I don't have in a project, but I figured it's pretty close. So this is a ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip from the Villains collection in the shade Hot Headed. I mean, you can see all the windowing. I believe I'm like about here. This is a fairly old lip gloss. I would just like to get it out of my collection. It's fine, but I know I've said it before. I hate these brushes. I'll give you a... It's kind of like one of those pinky orangey shifting shades, and it's really pretty, but like I said, I hate the wand. Well, it's not even a wand. I hate the brush, so I would really just like to finish this and get it out of my collection. So I'm going to attempt to finish it. You know how I am with lip products, so we'll see what happens with that. Next, for Dybbuk, this is a Jewish ghost or spirit. This prompt is a product still in its box. Now, I know this palette is a little bit divisive here on YouTube among the people that I watch. I don't think Haley outright said she hated it, but I believe she said it was her biggest palette regret of 2021, and Danny absolutely loves it. And I really wanted it when it came out, but it was a little too expensive, and then I just kind of forgot about it, and then it went on sale for crazy, like from 70 something down to 28 maybe. That is my Melt Cosmetics Amor y Mariposas palette, and I haven't used it yet. It's still in the box, so let's take it out and see what it looks like. Oh, I didn't even realize the inside is kind of like that velvety stuff. This is the only Melt palette that I have, but here's the cover. It's very, very pretty. I haven't even swatched any of these. I'm almost not wanting to use it because the butterflies are so pretty, but I'll probably try to avoid the butterflies and just use like the shadow above the butterfly. But this is what it looks like. Obviously No Pan Left Behind, and I'm very excited to use this because a lot of this stuff, the reason I'm bringing in so many palettes as well is because I get new stuff like this, and if it's not in a project, I will not use it. So that's why I want to move, that's why I want to kind of move away from focusing on hitting pan to like actually using my stuff, because yeah, it's really nice to hit pan, but then I have beautiful things like this that just sit on my shelf for months and months without being touched because I'm so focused on hitting this one pan that I don't touch anything else. So that's my little soapbox for today. Okay, next is Kelpie, a product you use in the shower or bath. And I thought this was perfect. It's a mermaid, so it's not the same as a Kelpie, but they both live in the water. So it got a little water stain, so I'm not quite sure what I think it's just Squeaky Peach Soap is the brand. This is something I got in Polish Pickup. It's our little mermaid bar of soap. It's so cute. It smells like coconut and then something with an M, and everything else is... The bag just looks a little grungy because it's been underneath my sink, but look, there's like the mermaid, and there's fish, and I thought that was very appropriate. So I'm going to bring this in to finish it up. With stuff like this, I bring it in, and then once it's done, I'll show you the empty bag. I'm not going to take a half-used bar of soap out of my shower to show you for updates. That's kind of weird, and I'm not going to do it. Next, for Bogey, aka the Bogeyman or Boogeyman. It's a product you use at night. I recently found this at TJ Maxx. It is, and I didn't even realize this brand had a cleansing balm until Jaylon mentioned it. But I found this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Makeup 3-in-1 Makeup Melting Cleansing Balm. Obviously, I use this at, not this, but I use a cleansing balm at night to remove my makeup. It is brand new, obviously, because I just bought it. And I am going to finish this. I am still working on my Pharmacy Green Clean that's in Throwback 30. But once that is finished, this is going to be the next cleansing balm that I open up. Next, for Demon, a product that you were tempted into buying. Some of you will probably be surprised that I had my eye on this palette. I'm kind of surprised myself. But every time I watched a declutter video and somebody had this palette in their collection, every single one of them, I love this palette so much, it's one of my favorites, this isn't going anywhere. So it's been on my radar for quite a while. What finally pushed me over the edge, it's also been on sale for half off at Ulta for quite a while as well. But what finally pushed me over the edge was, not only was it half off, but Ulta was doing a 10 times the points on palettes one day during the 21 Days of Beauty, which was a day that I also happened to be buying something. So that tempted me right into picking it up, and that is the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Now we all know how Ulta likes to ship things, so this dark brown on the end it wasn't like broken, but I don't know if you can, I don't want to like flip it up because I don't want it to really fall out, but it was cracked. I'm not going to dig it out and repress it. I don't care that much, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about this that I just could not get it out of my mind. So I just had to get it. So again, no pan left behind on that one. Next, for Ectoplasm, that is a face mask. I feel like I have almost every single face mask in my collection in a project right now, so I don't know when I'm going to get to this one, but this is the Andalou Naturals 1000 Roses Rosewater Mask. I have never tried this. I have tried some of the other Andalou Naturals masks, and I liked them, so hopefully I will like this one, but I want to finish it. Then for Ghost, that is a product with unfinished business, and again, this is kind of like a nod to Emily and Max and her Graveyard Project pan, but it's a product that, for whatever reason, you didn't hit your goal on it in a previous project, and it has unfinished business in your panning life. So last year, one of the shadows that I had in my pan, those eyeshadows that I didn't hit pan on, came from my Zulu palette by Juvia's Place. It was this green, which I don't know how easy it is to see, but I have a really good dip going in there. I feel like I'm pretty close to pan on this one. So this is the exception to the I'm not panning eyeshadows in this project rule, because it's pretty close. But I am also still going to use this no pan left behind style, because I'm pretty sure that the only other shadow I may have used is this yellow. It doesn't really, I may have swatched some of the other ones, but I don't think I've used most of the shadows in this palette, and I've had it for a really long time. So, yeah. Next is Necromancy, a product you haven't used in a long time, basically my entire collection. But I decided to pick this palette because I know it's one that it had a lot of hype when it came out, and I feel like in the past year or so, every time someone does a declutter video, this palette gets decluttered. And it's my Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I have one pan in here from Pan Those Eyeshadows, but there are several shades that I don't think I've ever used. And that's embarrassing. I've had this for such a long time. So no pan left behind style on this one. I mean, I keep saying that, but there's no pan left behind on all of them. Next, for Ouija board, a product with embossing or an imprint to kind of replicate, you know, the writing on the Ouija board. And for that, I'm bringing in my BH Cosmetics Sweet Shop Pistachio palette because they have the waffle cone embossing on all of them. This is also one that I may have swatched this. No, I may have swatched the shade. I was so excited to get this, and I don't think I've used it even once. So we're gonna rectify that problem. Then for Urban Legend, a product that's too good to be true. And I did, this one I had a little, like, even though I created the prompt, I still had a little bit of trouble trying to figure out what I wanted to bring in for this. But I decided I was going to bring in, I have a little mini of the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara because I feel like everyone who has tried this says it's like the best mascara they've ever tried. So I want to see what all the fuss is about. So this is just a little mini. I'm not going to start it right away because I am working on a couple other mascaras, but obviously I will finish this within the project. Next is Ords, a product that brings light to your face, and I have this Makeup Geek Psychedelic Duochrome Highlighter. This is what it looks like. Do a little swatch. It shifts from kind of like peachy to a little more orangey gold. It's a beautiful highlighter. It's one of my favorites. It's just gorgeous. And my goal for this is going to be 31 times. Then for Seance, a product you bought because someone else told you to or recommended it. I have this Milani Color Fetish Balm Lipstick because Valerie said these were so good. And you gotta believe, if Valerie or Jaylon says a lippy is good, you know it's good. So this is in the shade Role Play. I've never used it. And this is my color. I want to use this 31 times. It does feel really nice. So 31 times on that one. Next for Flying Dutchman, a product you are doomed to pan what feels like forever. And for that, it's blush. So this is another product that I recently got when I made a purchase from Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. That is the Tartelette Blush in Bloom palette. It's just so tiny and cute and pretty. And there are 3 blushes. And I want to use each one of these 10 times. So let's... Okay, the shades. This first shade is Petunia. The second shade is Wild Rose. And then this is Tulip. You can just look at how pretty those are. I'm so excited. Then for Afterlife, a product passes expiration date. Again, most of my collection. But I decided I'm going to bring in this ColourPop No Filter Foundation in the shade Light 55 because they haven't sold this for a long time. And I've used up that much of it in, like the 4 years that I've had it, so it's definitely been open for a while. I don't want to try to finish this yet because I'm working on several other foundations to finish. I just want to use this 31 times. I think 31 times throughout the year I can do that. So we're going to bring that in for 31. Then for Black Dog, an animal themed product. Again, another palette that I bought quite a while ago that I've never touched. I don't even think I may have swatched one shade. I don't even know if I did or not. This is the Clarity Cosmetics Cobra palette. These are my colors, and I have not used it yet, so I'm going to use it no pan left behind style. Take a drinking... You can make this into a drinking game. Take a shot every time I say no pan left behind, and you will definitely be drunk as a skunk by the time this is over. I'm scared. Oh my god. It didn't break. Oh, thank you, Jesus. This is what I get for stacking all these palettes on top of each other. And hopefully I didn't break anything else. At least the Soph palette was already broken. Okay, well, I don't have time to go through everything right now, but what is going on with my hair? Okay, well, now that excitement is over, let's continue. So the next prompt is Domovic. This is a household spirit in Russian folklore. That's a product that's followed you from house to house. And I realize this is probably going to be kind of a difficult one for most people, maybe. Unless you've moved pretty recently or you're like a hoarder and don't get rid of anything like me. But I figure if you don't have anything that you've brought from house to house that you can think of, I mean, just use something that's really old. That's fine. But I know I had this at my previous house. This is a Deborah Lippmann nail polish in the shade Mermaid's Dream. It's the only Deborah Lippmann I own, and I think you can see why I wanted to buy it. And I'm going to use this 5 times. Then for exorcism, an item you want out of your collection. I don't know why I bought this, but this is the Becca Ignite Liquid Highlighter. No. This is the Becca Ignite Liquefied Light Highlighter. And I think I bought it when it was like just announced that Becca was going out of business, like, last year. And there was kind of like this frenzy of buying Becca stuff from a lot of people, I think. And this was on sale at Ulta, so I'm like, ooh, I'll buy that. It was on sale for a reason. So this is what it looks like. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea to buy. It's a lot golder, I think, than what I prefer for myself. So I will try to mix it in with foundations. As much as I want to actually get it out of my collection, I'm not going to try to finish it. Again, just 31 uses, and if it's like too much for my face, I might like mix it into a lotion or something, but we're going to try to finish that. Not finish. We're going to use that 31 times. So I'm going to wash some of these. Wipe these swatches off so I can do more. Okay, getting down to the last couple. Well, more than a couple, whatever. Next, for haunting. You can either dupe a product that haunts you or pan a product you regret buying. And I was thinking about duping a product, eyeshadow palette, that haunted me, but I was like thinking about it and looking through Instagram, and I'm like, there's not really any palette I can think of that I really regret not picking up. So then I looked at my collection, and I do kind of regret buying this one, not because I think the quality is going to be bad or I don't like the color story. It's because, again, this was when BH Cosmetics kind of announced it was going to be going out of business, and there was another frenzy of buying BH stuff. And I believe I bought this from the Beauty Bay website. But I bought this BH Cosmetics Lunar New Year palette. I believe I bought it back, like in January. I have not touched it. I think I swatched, which one? I think I swatched this one. Other than that, I have not touched this palette. So I kind of regret that. But we're gonna rectify that again, and I'm going to do no pan left behind on that one. Now I'm afraid to stack this because... Next, for Tommyknocker, a spirit that lives and works in mines, a product named after a mineral or a metallic product. So I decided to go with this Becca mini highlighter, which this is metallic, but the shade is rose gold. Gold is obviously a metal. So this is what it looks like. It's probably going to be a little bit too deep for me as an actual highlighter, but as like a blush topper or something, I think it would work very nicely, especially maybe with those Tarte blushes. There it is, sheared out. Yeah, like that's going to be a little too dark as an actual highlighter on my face, but I can use it as a blush topper. My goal for that one is going to be 31 uses. And by the way, I'm choosing 31 uses because, like, Halloween is, the spooky holiday. It's the 31st. I have 31 prompts in this project, so I'm just picking 31 as like kind of my arbitrary usage goal number. I guess not really arbitrary because I have a reason for it, but. Then for reincarnation, a product you have bought in the past that has updated packaging. And so I'm going to bring in, this is the Macadamia Professional Nourishing Repair Mask. I love these. This one is the old packaging, and I just brought it down to show you the updated packaging. This is the new packaging. This is the one I've been using in Throwback 30. Is it Throwback 30? Yeah, I think. I don't know. No, 50 Shades of Green. This is the one I've been working on in 50 Shades of Green, so I'm not going to open it so you can't, I'm not going to spoil my progress on it. But I won't obviously be working on the other one until this one is finished, but that is my updated packaging. Then for Revenant, an item that has come back into your collection, a repurchased item. I have repurchased the Pacifica Pore Warrior Soft Scrub with cucumber, niacinamide, and mint. This is at least the second, but I think the third one of these I have purchased. I really like this scrub. Like it's very gentle. You could use it almost every day. And it is an airless pump, so I don't remember how easy it is to see through the packaging, but obviously I will be finishing this. Then for Silkies, these are female spirits dressed in silk. A product with a silky texture, like a powder, or something that leaves your skin feeling silky smooth, like lotion or skincare. And for that, I decided to bring in this. This is a 7-gram, like little mini of Tatcha's The Silk Powder, because I'm almost done with the powder that I'm currently, like the loose powder I'm currently using, so I figured this would be the perfect thing to bring in for this prompt. And of course, I want to try to finish this. Then for Spirit, a nature-themed product, I am bringing in my Beauty Bay Wilderness palette. This palette is so beautiful. This shade Ray, I haven't really been swatching anything, but I'll swatch this one. This is my favorite shade in the palette, which might be kind of surprising given like all the blues and greens and stuff, but it's just so pretty. I just love it so much. Stay it with me, no pan left behind. And then the last prompt, Tower of London, a product that makes you lose your head, either in delight or frustration. A lot of things make me lose my head. I didn't want to bring in another product that I didn't really like or whatever. So I decided I would go with the opposite route, the delight part. Nothing makes me happier than my indie eyeshadow singles. So I have this ColourPop magnetic palette, and I just went through my collection, and I didn't try to make a cohesive color story or anything like that. I just picked 24 shadows that appealed to me like right away and that I want to use. And most of these I don't think I've ever used even once. And this is what my palette is looking like. So as you can see, I've only got a couple mattes because as much as as much as you need mattes to flesh out a look, I mean, the shimmers and metallics are where it's at. So this is the same as the other ones. This is just no pan left behind. So I've got 24 shades in here. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. So this is from M Cosmetics in the shade Egypt. This is Dear Reader from Sydney Grace, Carnival from Terra Moons, Big Dipper from Terra Moons. I'll give you a swatch of this one because, I mean, come on now. You can see that pink shift in there, and here it is on my finger a little more. Beautiful. Never touched it. Then we have Fairy Fire from Divina, which I will also swatch. Here, I'll swatch it. Oh no, I was like, it's kind of like Ray, but it's not. I can't even show you the shifts. Like, it's very yellow, but when I look at my hand like this, I am seeing like a pastel green, a pastel blue, a pastel purple, and you are just seeing like the yellowy kind of greeny shift. It's gorgeous. Then we have the shade Envy from Divina, then Blue Jay from Looksy, Peacock from Looksy. This is Electric from Menagerie Cosmetics. What, honey? Okay, let's go. A bit of an interruption there, but when your 3.5-year-old tells you she has to pee, you gotta go right then. So, where was I? Okay, I was at, this is Animal Kingdom from Menagerie. I'm not, like, obviously I'm not swatching all of these, but I'm just swatching. That one looks beautiful. Never touched it. And then I have, with the expansion order from Cleona, I ordered 5 shades. 4 of those were new, and then 1 was from their previous or existing line, and it was just always sold out. And I don't have these memorized, so I have to look at them and hope that I don't dig my finger into them, because that's what I always do. So we have Hilt, Duchess, Royal Pear, Bloodline, which is the existing shade, and then Quest. And I'm going to swatch all of these because I have not swatched them myself yet. Oh my god. Ah, this makes me so excited. So here is Hilt. I think that was the first one I said. I mean, just, can you even? This is Duchess. And we have Royal Pear, which shifts from that purple to like that really purpley pink to that really pretty, like, kind of lime pear green, as the name might suggest. Then this is the existing shadow. This is Bloodline, which is very pretty. And then we have Quest, which I think, I have to look again, but I think this might be one of their, like, electric multi-chromes or whatever they called them. So there's that. And we have Caterpillar from Looksee. This glitter is, I'm not quite sure how to say it, but Eridanus. This is from Touch of Glam Beauty. And this is beautiful. Beautiful. Then this is Rhododendron from Copacetic Cosmetics. Then we have, this is Bina from Face Glaze Beauty. This is Turquoise from Face Glaze Beauty. I will swatch Turquoise because, like, these are just so soft and creamy. That chunk. Here's that one. You can't really see it on this swatch as much, but hopefully it doesn't. I'm not giving you the finger, I promise. I can't get the purple shift to show. Can you kind of see the purple shift? That was a very awkward way to hold my hand. Then, which one is this? Okay. This is Magnetic from Face Glaze Beauty, and this is Harvest. I'll swatch those as well. Ooh, this one is very chunky. It's a very beautiful iridescent shade. And then this is the Harvest. This is like one of those pinky red orangey multi-chromes. And then these last two, which I will also swatch these last two. This is Oceanic from Glaminatrix, and then this is another Terra Moon shadow. This is Helix Nebula. So I'll swatch those two, and then we can end the video. Oceanic, Lisa gave this, or she got this for me as part of my birthday gift, I think. Because I've been wanting this one forever, and it's always sold out, but there's Oceanic, and then this is Helix Nebula. So, and obviously these are not all of the shadows that I picked because I picked 24, but yeah, I'm super excited to just use some of them. Out of all of these shadows, I think there's 4 that I've ever used before. So yeah, I'm excited to like actually put some of these on my eyeballs. That is it for my video. I knew this is probably a very long introduction, and I knew it would be. It's when I decided to bring everything in. Hopefully I kept the babbling to a minimum. But I'm just so excited for this project to start. I can't wait to start watching intros, and just thank you to everybody who has joined. And I'm looking a little ahead into the future, being a little optimistic that this is going to be a successful project, but I'm already thinking about new prompts to put in for another round. So if you have any, especially like area specific ghoulies and ghosties that you would like to see represented, and you can either give me just the ghost name or whatever, or if you want to come up with your own prompt for that as well, like any suggestions are welcome, even if it's just for me to like learn about more ghosts, because I love ghosts a lot. So that is it. Oh, I need to take a breath because I'm just so excited. That is it for this intro. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you are staying safe and sane and healthy, having a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.